It's time for the welding. The stuff cleans up real nice too. Flat pipe, not too bad of gaps, and we'll add it to the pile, and then it'll be our fourth one. This by far is the nicest looking one. Yep, you'll have that. We have the Wizard of Bristol, the backdrop of the Team 3 dive. She looks great. That thing is cool. About as cool as it gets. Here we are aboard the Team 3 dive vessel. You want to jump in? You can. Do you even know how to swim?
Ahoy, mates! We're back and we're out here. Hero Boy and I are sitting aboard the dumpster diver out on Key Lagoon. And we had to take a couple of days off and catch up on our energy. Maybe get a shave in there and do some things at home. But now we're back and we're sitting here enjoying ourselves in the wet locker crew area, and we're looking at a pretty positive future for this boat. So we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a haul out date coming up 9/11/2023, and until that time I'm going to start working on the interior and the decks. Anything I can do above waterline that's fun and maybe a little entertaining. I'm going to treat this inside just like refinishing a house. I'm going to clean it up and paint it and go bit by bit. I've been working more up here so far in the bow, and I've got myself set up with a little workbench. Got a couple of new notebooks here. We're going to put the ship's log together. We've got the tools of the trade behind me. We got good breeze blowing. I sprayed with some bleach and some vinegar inside of here. Hopefully we'll get her looking good. Still gotta come up with a good way to get this hatch up and off. We're gonna get this bed out of here. Oh, you seem to like it though, don't you? But same thing, we're just gonna take our time and go through bit by bit. A little positive piece of news I heard on the actual news was the state of Hawaii is putting out some contracts for bid for some salvage work, and they had panned across in their montage while they're talking about the state's need for boat salvage bids, and they showed our boat on the evening news. It was kind of funny actually. I was like, well, if that isn't a sign, I don't know what is.
Watch out with your feet. So this is one of the worst spots on the bow, and you can see it's almost like there's a layer of super thick non-skid, makeshift non-skid, and a thin layer of rust between it. I don't see why I can't just kind of do this sort of thing all around the boat. Hey, who are you barking at? Hero's running security. But let's just take this small section for example. Chipping hammer is the gem. I'm gonna peel it all back. Alright mates, well, we got one day down. It really wasn't much. I just kind of rearranged some things. I did tape up this hatch. Hopefully that won't leak.
Ahoy, mates! Well, it's the beginning of chapter 3. So what I'm thinking, let's shave it all off. What do you say? I always feel like if you cut your hair, it's the good time to start anew. So let's do it. All right, here we go. So here's to a new start. Let's focus our energy, our attention, and let's make things happen. We got this.
Ahoy, mates! All right, it's a new day, and we're gonna try something a little different today. My friend Yasuko is visiting from Japan, and she was curious to see our projects and Keiki Lagoon. So I'm gonna take her on a little tour. So let's try our first hand at tourist sightseeing over at Keiki Lagoon. Yeah, it should be fun, and she's super nice. I met her years ago. She actually stayed at my yoga Airbnb and did yoga classes, and she's now back visiting, staying in Waikiki. So let's head down to Waikiki and we will meet Yasuko from Japan. Ahoy, mates! All right, we're out here and we have Yasuko.
Hi.
Aloha.
Aloha.
All right. Are you having fun so far?
Yes.
Yeah, and she does a lot of really cool traveling. It's Yasuko is here
Yes.
on Instagram if you want to see her cool travels. Where have you been in the last year? Morocco
and Turkey.
and Turkey.
Yeah.
She's like riding camels and in the deserts and oh yeah, you saw all the ancient stuff in Turkey.
Yes.
So cool. Yasuko is here in Hawaii, and we're gonna give her a tour out here. And away we go. Yep, this is the dive boat. This is a submarine maintenance boat. Ahoy, mates! If you ever need to cut pipe and you don't have the proper tools, I got a little trick, and I'm sure most of you guys know all about this. A simple piece of paper can help you make a square cut on a piece of pipe. And so simple, make sure you got a nice square edge off a piece of paper. Wrap her around until she's square, and there you have it. And now you can scribe a line, and you might not even need a line to cut it square around, but I find it's helpful. Simple as that. Okay, let's talk about how to mark one of these pipes if you don't have the proper tools. And so what you want to do is you want to cut a pattern in a circle to fit here. And then you want to draw the 4 cardinal directions and mark it on the pipe. And that way you know where your even centers are. Then you want to make a third of it. You want to mark it evenly, fold it, whatever you got to do, make a third, and then take that third and line it up on the center, and that should be the shape of your notch. And it's a rough way to do it, but if you don't have the proper hole cutting saws, this should get you there. There's 2, but that's the basics. Again, we'll lay out our direction, and really all you need are these 2 center marks, and then take your third and put it on center. Make a nice mark, and that should get you there. Simple way. I've noticed that paper and cardboard is the best way to scribe on circular objects. I'll show you when I get to the cutting how I pie cut this. It's not easy to cut a tight curve like that. Alright, so that's how it's done. Bam. I'll mark the other 3 and then we'll cut it. Alright, first 2 cleats. Not looking too bad. There's a little more grinding, maybe some pinholes to fill. That one's still hot. Stainless steel cleats for the dive boat. Looking good. Alright.
Ahoy, mates! Well, we're coming down to our last cleat. I've got a stack of cleats. I'm working on my final notches. Got them marked. I've got to cut with the grinder, but it's not the worst situation in the world. This is what they look like when you first cut them, and we'll grind that out to make it fit nice. I've got a little pile of cleats building up here. 3, they all need to be grinded out, and here's my 4th one getting ready to go on the table. So I have a tiny little vise. That's all right. And I got a new grinder, but I'm using my old batteries, and they don't seem to last super great. There you have it. Needs a grind, but not bad. I'll cut the other one. It's time for the welding. You see the notches. The stuff cleans up real nice too. My notches look pretty good. Flat pipe. Not too bad of gaps. And we'll get to welding that. And we'll add it to the pile, and then it'll be our 4th one. This by far is the nicest looking one so far. Yep, you'll have that. Let's throw down a couple tacks.